Hey, this is Marcus Allen, and I'm on Chasin Birdies.
What's up, everybody? Here we are again for another episode of Chasin Birdies. Mr. Peppy, my man.
What's shaking, Bacon?
Hey, here we are, man. We live and well. It's almost that full season of golf right in front of us. And life is good, my man. Chasing birdies everywhere right now, huh?
Everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
Damn.
So today's episode is brought to you by Lynx Brewing. Make sure you go check them out at lynxbrewing.com. They have many offerings in the beer world. And they got the Chasin Birdie Blonde Ale, which we just launched at another sponsor of ours, Nemacolin, this past Saturday at the Masters party.
My God.
That was...
Dude.
My head's still hurting.
I mean, other than that little mishap there on Saturday with the weather a little bit, I mean, the boys had a great time.
Yeah, so we want to thank Nemacolin for putting on a show with us that was dynamite through and through, first class. Thank you to Rocco Mediate, Ryan Shazier, Neil Walker, Josh Miranda, and Taylor Cusack for swinging on by with the boys and having a good time.
Swinging on by and throwing back some beers and, yeah.
So
dude,
it was awesome.
great.
Again,
Thank
go
you.
check out nemacolin.com. It's coming into May. Is not that far away, where it is dynamite up here. The courses are nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play that much this past weekend because of the weather, but everything's going to be perfect come early May. So again, nemacolin.com. Make your reservation, and we'll see you around.
But I tell you what, you got that whole thing down. Oh, that's really good. Oh, there goes the water. My man just spilled water. That's all right, bud. It'll clean up. But, today's episode, we absolutely have a Hall of Famer coming on board here. I think this episode's great, man. Like, looking back on this episode with Marcus Allen, the Marcus Allen, and he's just so soft-spoken. It's like, to me, it's one of the most interesting interviews we've done thus far because all of our guests have been extremely engaging. And, and Marcus is he's just so even keel across the board, dude. So it's a great episode, and obviously we appreciate him coming on. Chasing Birdies,
I loved him chirping me the whole time.
And he
so
chirped you. And I think that's great. For those of you that don't know Peppy, he's the king of chirps everybody. It's all out of love, but, every now and then hearing someone chirp him back, seeing how he can't react to that, he don't know what the fuck to do, it's great. So this episode was gold. And I think it's about time we roll that bad boy into it.
Let's roll it on over to Marcus Allen.
Y'all enjoy this one. As you all know by now, Chasin Birdies is proud to be partners with Holderness and Bourne. Check them out online at hbgolf.com. Holderness and Bourne makes fabulous pieces that help you look good on the course, even if your game is not up to par. Check out their new arrivals now for this golf season. Also, head on over to chasinbirdies.com to get some custom Chasin Birdie gear from Holderness and Bourne. We'll continue to drop these pieces through every season. That's chasinbirdies.com and Holderness and Bourne at hbgolf.com. Hey guys, thanks for joining us here on another episode of Chasin Birdies. And today we have a NFL Hall of Famer, being the only player to win a Heisman, NCAA National Championship, Super Bowl, and also be named NFL and Super Bowl MVP, Marcus Allen. Marcus, thank you so much.
Well, great to be here.
Yeah, I mean, we're all out here chasing birdies in life. That's the whole premise of the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, golf's a tough game. Unfortunately, a lot of people make a lot of bogeys. But
hey, you need those to fill up the scorecard, though.
Continues. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for dang sure. But, it's one of those things where, with golf, as in life, you face adversity almost every day. And you kind of overcome that stuff. And with golf, it's just one of those things where you can't perfect that game whatsoever, no matter how hard you practice or play.
No, you can't. But the quest, the quest for perfection is always is great.
Yeah.
I got to tell you what I mean. I wonder now what I would be doing, from a physicality standpoint or a really social standpoint if I didn't have golf. Really, that's the one thing that me and much of my retired players, that's the bond that ties us together. And we say all due respect to, others. Guys don't say, hey, let's go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Guys don't say, let's go coffee clutching. Guys don't say, let's go to this ball. Guys say, let's go golf, and it's fantastic because we sort of, we run the gamut, we laugh, we joke, we bet, not big bets, but,
Cokes.
Those that keep us competitive. Yeah. I mean, and we, we get on each other's cases, and sometimes guys they're struggling with certain things, and we lift them up, man. But it's just an awesome game, and you can have a terrible day, hitting the ball, and you hit that one good shot, and you return,
And that's what's so different about you've played such a team sport, right? In football,
yes,
where you could rely on teammates. Golf, it's just you and the golf course. So
yes,
I mean, you obviously had a illustrious football career. When you're coming out of high school, I'm assuming you're a highly touted prospect for USC. Did you kind of know this is my calling for the rest of my life? I want to be a professional football player, or was that one of those things where you kind of molded into it as the years went by?
No, I knew at 10 years old what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I made a decision once I had the television set I wanted to be on.
Yeah,
I said I want to play and not watch, and I really did everything to that end. I really did. I mean, as I look back, I mean, everything was sort of, watch television, studied guys, and then would go out and try to emulate what they did. And that was almost every day. That was it was a way of life. And I believe nothing happens by accident. I mean, I put a lot of energy into that. I made a decision again. I think that's the first thing you have to do. And you have to work towards that goal. And that's what really happened for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was every day. It was not something that sort of was gradual. It was right away. I loved it, and right away I knew what I wanted to do, and right away I put 100% into it. Actually, more than that.
Yeah.
You reached the peak of greatness. I mean, you've won a Super Bowl, you won the Heisman, you've done it all. I mean, so to speak, in your career, right? Is there one thing in your career that you feel like that you were missing?
Well, I don't want to play that game. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could have. We look back and we say our stats could have been better, or I should have been the MVP of the Pro Bowl. I threw a touchdown. I don't think I ran one. And I don't know who they selected. I was going, are you kidding me? Seriously. But, I mean, I try not to play that game because, I think, what has happened, it does no one any good to do that, know. But,
I mean, for you too, though, I mean, how much has the NFL game changed since you've played in it? I mean, it has to be night and day, right?
Well, I mean, obviously, game has changed a great deal. Obviously, there's a lot of rules today that that weren't in place when I played, and offensively, everything sort of geared to offense, and guys aren't running the ball as much. So I don't think Emmitt Smith's record will ever be in jeopardy. Those things. But overall, I mean, I think the game is is in good hands, and I still think it's a very physical and exciting sport and stuff. It was not as regulated. When I played, it's a lot more regulated now, and so that's why I always they should really take a really good look at guys who when they're choosing for the Hall of Fame. And there's a lot of guys that played, I think, back in the '70s when the game was actually tougher.
Yeah.
If you're a wide receiver, you can play bump and run all the way down the field. I mean, that's a different game than a 5-yard release, and then they only threw it maybe an average of 15, 20 times a game. Period. Not 40, not 45, So a lot of guys are getting overlooked just because they played in the wrong era that didn't have social media and things like that. That's the one thing that's sort of disappointing as I look and reflect on the game.
The social media can go either way for you, right? It can be a good thing or a bad thing with a lot of these modern day athletes. So,
yeah, well, but I'm not talking about obviously what they do off of it. I'm talking about what guys do on the field, and highlighting what they've done and how great, they are. I'm sure if there was social media back in the day, I mean, obviously Jim Brown was huge without social media. Just imagine how big he could have been, with it, So it came later, and, that's sort of the nature of being born at a certain time.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. And obviously, before we jump into some golf talk here, one of the biggest changes in landscapes that I've seen here is with the NIL for college athletes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. I mean, I just look at, for example, basketball now, and these players, you know, they're being able to be lured by the money, and I don't disagree with them being paid to a degree in some way or shape or form, but what I'm saying is it actually changes the whole atmosphere of college recruiting. And are you going to be on this team for 4 years? I mean, that would be tough for a coach.
And you can conceivably see a guy, I mean, if things aren't going the way that he wants them to be, you know, 3 colleges in 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I certainly, you know, I guess when you open that door, I don't think they imagine it being like this. Imagine a guy, is I think the kid from Georgia, right, winning the national championship as a wide receiver, leaving, then going to Alabama. I mean, it's crazy.
No, it
would
is.
You think you would stay there after winning the national championship? But, you know, the opportunity to go someplace else. I mean, that's what really America's all about. You know, we didn't have that luxury in football when I arrived. There wasn't free agency, and certainly free agencies improved the lives of many that have followed after we sort of, you know, through the National Football League, which is what we wanted, you know, because we wanted things to improve. We wanted guys to have the freedom to exercise their right to move, you know, and to go better their situation. And so the same thing has happened in college football, but I don't think we expect it to be this crazy.
No.
You know, I thought USC would take a year or two to get back. I think overnight they're in the playoff conversation already.
Yeah, exactly. And
just due to
transfers. Portal. Yeah, exactly. And I know one of the coaches from USC left there, and they came over our way to WVU this year with Neil Brown. So hopefully, I know you're a USC guy. Obviously, I'm a Mountaineer fan, which we got to turn it around a little bit. But any rate, no, it's just a crazy thing to think about. But getting into the golf talk, Marcus, I understand you are.
One question, real quick: is that where Jerry went?
Jerry
West.
Jerry West.
Yeah. Yep. He was there. Yep.
Oh yeah, I love Jerry West, dude. He's the best, and he's a great golfer. Probably not, you know, as good as he was, but back in the day. But since we're talking about golf, he could not only shoot it, he could hit it too. Jerry West.
My man,
logo.
I played golf with him at the Greenbrier about 5 years ago. I've never played with anybody in my life that has played golf as fast as Jerry West. He's in his car 30 yards ahead of me, and I'm in the fairway, and I'm like, what do you say to the guy? He's the logo. You're not going to say, hey, can you move? You're just going to say, all right, I got to play at his pace. I mean, literally played like so fast. But yeah, so he's definitely an avid little golfer there. And obviously his son married Michelle We. So, I mean, staying in the family a little bit there with that golf.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
The Marcus Allen Charity Golf Tournament. Tell us a little bit about that.
This would be my 20th year.
Wow.
Imagine that, you know. Little did I know that I would love golf as much as I do, and then it would be a vehicle to raise money to help so many people. Some of the beneficiaries are All Stars Helping Kids, which Ronnie lost charity for many, many years, and Fresh Start, which is a foundation that grants surgical gifts to kids. You know, either they were born with, you know, deformity or tragedy, accident of some type, and you know, we just our doctors, you know, donate their, you know, surgical gifts for free and change the lives of these kids. And so that's something that's really important to me. There's a foundation called the Illustrious Foundation, which is the Sports for Good Foundation. I use the sport to as a tool for social change and really to, you know, get kids off the street. I support Jackie Joyner, who's an Olympian, really. I mean, as we know, one of the world's greatest athletes. But few people know that she has really made an Olympic effort to help the kids in one of the toughest communities in the country, East St. Louis, the Jackie Joyner Center. So I support her. Just a few other charities like that. You know, I believe you're rich by what you give and you pour what you keep. You know,
yep.
I feel like I've been blessed beyond measure. You know, and so I think the guys who are aware understand that trophies get old and dusty, but what you do for your fellow man lasts. I think that's the key.
Yeah, no, that is key there. And so do these your golf tournaments, are they all on the West Coast? I know you had one at Aviara, which Jonathan and I played there a couple times.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Yes, I just had one on the West Coast. I'm considering one in Atlanta, but have to have some discussions regarding that. But we'll see. I'm living in the South now, and there's some beautiful courses out here. I play a great deal with Jerome Bettis and Vince Carter and Clyde Drexler and a bunch of guys. We have a great time out here. So
my man Vince Carter, man, I love that guy. When he was at UNC, he could jump out of a damn gym.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Matter of fact, he told me to tell you hi if I ran into you. So I'm saying,
well, yeah. We go.
He was asking about you.
Yeah, we go back. He's probably listens to the show. All right, Marcus.
He said,
you tripping me a little bit, bud?
Yeah, he said you dunked on him, man. Is that true?
Yeah. He don't even have to jump to dunk on him. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's funny, though. Down there in Georgia, we went down and played Peachtree Golf Club.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Jerome, I know he's addicted to golf, too. Was out at his, well, actually not his, but one of those charity events last February in Scottsdale, and, got to meet him, obviously, through Beth. But, yeah, that whole area down there. So you're outside of Atlanta then, Marcus?
Yes.
Yeah, it's polluted with good golf.
And we belong to the same club, Golf Club of Georgia. Yeah. And we play usually, when the weather gets well, at least one time a week, maybe two if we're lucky, But we're that's our locker room. That's our locker room today. Yeah.
Yep.
That's where the guys go hang out.
So what's the handicap looking like these days?
No, man. And today, it's been a struggle. It's been a physical struggle. My back's been bothering me. And when your lower back, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And so that's been sort of my number one, issue lately. So I've been working on that to get that stronger and stuff so I can actually use my legs instead of playing top-down golf. I'm a single-digit handicapper, but I've been playing really, really badly, and that's what golf is. I mean, one day you shoot lights out, and then the next day, man,
you don't know who you are.
First time you ever played. Absolutely, that's what drives you crazy about golf.
That's what's Chasin Birdies.
Or
bogeys.
I played the event at what used to be called the Diamond Resort. I think the Hilton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't exactly remember the event, the complete name because it's a very long name. But it was a great event, and we played it. What's the course there? I mean, it was hard too. The course was hard. I mean, if you hit it off the rough, especially again with the lower back, everything top down, and you hit it in the rough, you couldn't advance it out and stuff, and it was just it was a nightmare.
Is that Lake Nona?
Lake Nona, yeah, that's hard already, right?
Oh my god!
Even when you play so.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's
I
good.
love it, man.
I mean, you're a single-digit
love
handicap. That's pretty impressive, Marcus. What's the strength of your game?
Irons normally, and I'm a good putter.
My big
challenge is obviously, I'm obviously my great challenge is obviously getting the ball in the fairway. When if I drive it well, I'm dangerous, dude. It's actually over.
It's over.
I tell guys don't even show up.
Oh man.
Or just send. Hey, here's an app. Just send me the money right now.
Yeah. The bus just stays in the cart, huh?
Yeah. That's what I tell them, man. I said, "Hey, bus, what are you doing with that steel cover head? You're gonna force me to bring my red cover head out. Don't force me to do that." I tell him. So we laugh and joke a lot. We have so much fun out there, and you really find out a lot about people on the golf course too. Whether they're honest people, whether they're just, genuinely lighthearted people. And, we don't get too upset, of course, because we're competitive. We get a little, annoyed at ourselves, but like that. But we really have a good time. It's a great fellowship out there. And this is the one thing we can do for the rest of our lives, too. So.
Yep.
And that's the cool thing. Like, I played golf with my dad still. I can play golf with my son. What other sport can you do that in? And you're outside, and it's beautiful out, right?
You can't. You can't. I mean, I was just talking to somebody the other day who just told me they were 50-something. They were playing basketball, and they hurt themselves. And, of course, you hurt yourself, dude. You can't do that stuff anymore. Right? We can't go out and play football anymore. We can't go out and try to go play some basketball. I mean, the only thing I'm doing on the basketball course is play horse. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
And it certainly doesn't involve any jumping, you know what I mean? So the one thing we can do is golf, and we can do it for a long time because you could always have the group of guys that, that you play with. And right now, we try to see the whole course. We always laugh at one day, guys, we're going to be moving up to those red tees. We tell them.
Right, the senior tees you're moving up to, boys.
Yeah, but not anytime soon.
No.
Not anytime soon. We're going to try to see the entire course, and we're going to try to hit it as far as we can, and we're going to try to play the young men's game. But it's the quest of to be great is fantastic. And I've been extremely fortunate, guys, extremely fortunate, man, when it comes to golf. And I played with Arnold Palmer. I don't know how many times.
Oh wow!
I've gone to Latrobe and saw Arnold up there. Mario Lemieux have an event up there.
Yeah, Nemacolin.
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to play also, but I played with almost Bob Hope many years ago. I played with Curtis Strange. I played with Mark O'Meara. I mean, Payne Stewart. I can just go on and on and on, and I played with all these guys, played with Tiger. I mean, it's just great to be, in their vicinity and just watch them do what they do and how good they are and stuff. And the one thing about golf, though, we think we're good.
Yeah, we're not very good.
The joke compared to how good they really are.
We're actually at Nemacolin right now. They're a sponsor of our show. And
cool.
The resort is absolutely dynamite. You probably haven't been back since they built the new course, Shepherd's Rock.
No, I haven't.
And it's incredible. So they've got everything moving and grooving up here. And I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. The Mr. Palmer, in Latrobe is such a cool experience. Even though you knew him personally, you walk into that shed of his, and it's like you get chills. I mean, it's the history that is in that office of his is incredible.
Well, to have the foresight to keep everything too,
Yeah.
Most of us we didn't even think about those stuff, right? I mean, The one thing I kept from the old days is my high school letterman jacket, which is really kind of cool because I had the audacity to put Mr. on it. 17 or 16 years old, right? You know what I mean? So I think I really saw myself as something being, or at least I aspired to be somebody great and stuff. But I didn't keep all the stuff and I wish I did now. But because when you have a son, you want to give everything to him and stuff. But I think I've won a few awards over the years that belong to him. Everything that I do is for my child and stuff. So. Mm-hmm. And I certainly want to leave a legacy and be a great dad first and foremost. That's the number one thing. So.
Yeah, no, and how old are your children or your child?
8 years old.
Wow.
I got a late start. He likes golf. I take him to top golf. I try to make it fun. I don't try to force him into go getting lessons and things like that. So we just have a good time, and if he likes it, then we do.
Exactly.
The ball will go out there, and there is nothing, guys, and I'm sure you guys know this, right? Unless you're coaching, but you have other kids out there too, that you can go out and spend 4 hours with your child, your kid, and let him drive the car, talk about different things, let him hit balls. Mm-hmm. I mean, so you get a great opportunity to sort of shape, the young man that you want him to be.
Right. Just
by hanging out playing golf. It's really a unique sport. You can't do it in any other sport.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's back to what I was saying. Think about it, You're not going to go play football with your son, right? You might catch a ball and go to his practices, but you can't actually play football with your son. Golf.
No, well, he's really aggressive, and I don't want him tackling me, right?
Yeah.
But my point,
Remember, I said I have a bad lower back, so you think I'm going to attempt to play football? Are you kidding me? I always said, if I'm going to go out and hurt myself, I'm going to hurt myself playing golf. What are you talking about?
Right.
Oh, shoot. That's hilarious. That's so good, though. No, did you ever hear the Arnold Palmer story? We had Matt Janella on here a while back. He's out on the West Coast, but who was that?
Joe DiMaggio, I think.
Yeah, did you ever hear that story, Marcus, with Arnold Palmer and Joe DiMaggio?
No, I haven't.
So in 1960, the Sports Illustrated gave the Sportsman of the month award away. And then at the end of the year, all 12 contestants went to New York for a dinner, and Mr. Palmer got named one of the athletes of the month for Sports Illustrated. He's at the dinner. He goes to get on the elevator. Joe DiMaggio's standing right there. He looks over at him and says, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he says, he doesn't say anything. He goes to dinner. Dinner goes on. Presentation. 1960 Sportsman of the Year award goes to Arnold Palmer. So Arnold Palmer walks by him. He says, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Arnie was great.
Oh,
he was great.
One of the best stories. I mean, incredible. Yeah. So,
I mean, I saw him at Bay Hill. I think this was maybe a year before he passed, something like that. And it was, and he was vintage Arnold. He's just great. He's always, just as welcoming and gracious, and it's just he was awesome.
Yeah,
he served an army of people, and I know that I know the reason why.
He's a gem. I mean, he's one of a kind, and even just you think about like just him signing autographs for every single person, and how clear he made sure that the kid could read it and know that it was Arnold Palmer signing it. Just small stuff like that people nowadays don't really do. They don't care. They just scribble their name and on we go.
Right. Well, this is my thought on that, guys. I mean, honestly, to sign an autograph, that certainly may mean a lot to a person, right? They may look back and see that. But to me, it's like it's pointless if we don't connect as people. I mean, and especially with what has transpired the last couple of years. In my opinion, they've tried to, separate us from each other and stuff. And to me, it's more important than ever to be, together, and to realize that we're all brothers and sisters, I mean, frankly, that's what it should be. We're all a community. One of the things that Jerome and I did is I went to the guy who owns the golf course, Country Club of Georgia, and I said, "Listen, can we do a Q&A? I want to meet some of the members. I want to get to know these guys. I want to know because this is our community, and no man's an island. We're not here by ourselves. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of foolish, man, to go through life not connecting with people and not meeting people, and so I think those things are really important. So when I actually go out and do a signing or something like that, I'm actually engaging people. Some of the people that are working don't particularly like it because they want me to get in and out and done, But I was going like, what is the part? I can't just come here and just like sign autographs, keep my head down, and just like let people go by. I mean, it's crazy. What is the point?
Yeah,
that's not the point of life.
I asked Padraig Harrington. I was inside the ropes with him at the U.S. Open at Oakmont one year, and I've never been inside the ropes where people were shoving stuff in your face, right? I mean, I cleaned toilets for how many years? And I asked him, I said, "Do you ever get sick of people shoving stuff in your face and wanting your autograph?" He said, "Jonathan, the day that I get sick of that, I need to start worrying." And he's right. Yeah. Without those people, he's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I would disagree with that, but I understand the point. But I would disagree. I mean, he's a man. He's a gentleman. He's a leader. He's a many things. So I understand what he's saying. But
right.
If he stood alone, he's done a lot, represented a lot. A lot of people are watching and following and stuff like that. But yeah, he was quite the man.
Was there ever an athlete of your time that moved the needle the way he did? I mean,
come on, is this a rhetorical question, man? Seriously, dude, there's only one person that really moved the needle. That was Muhammad Ali.
Oh, that's a good one.
Absolutely. And I had the luxury of, I think it was 1971. I think our dad let us miss school, and we went to San Diego State University to watch him go practice. And I got an autograph and met him. And then obviously I met him later on in life too. And I tell him the story.
Mm-hmm.
See, actually, nothing happens by accident, guys.
No, you got to put that work in. That's what it takes.
But yeah, Muhammad Ali was the best, man. He was the best.
Yeah, he sure was. And no, I would agree to that.
Nature, just like Arnold.
Yeah, I know it's crazy to see those guys. I mean, Jack God bless him. I mean, he's still around kicking, and I know he still has some gas left in his tank when he gets on the course, which isn't often, but it's just good to see that game carry through to those guys, you know?
Yeah. All of us can't be like Gary Player.
Yeah.
500 sit-ups a day. I haven't done 500 sit-ups in my life.
What is he, 50 now? I mean, at least he's 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's amazing. He's a good man, too, though.
Well, we're gonna transition this show into our last segment called the Tap-In segment. And Jonathan's going to ask you 4 questions here that just require your quick-witted response. And our Tap-In segment is brought to everyone by Bettinardi Golf.
All right, Marcus. Cigar or no cigar on this course?
No cigar.
Okay, your on-course drink.
Lemonade. or Arnold Palmer.
There you go. Arnold Palmer. Favorite stadium that you ever played in?
Oh, the Coliseum.
Hands down.
Wild, they said, huh? Back in the day?
LA Coliseum, yes.
Yeah.
Because I played there, as a Trojan. 4 years there, then 11. So I played there 15 years.
Wow.
So that was home sweet home.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, this is a loaded question, but we're gonna need your answer. Favorite course?
Oh man, favorite course I ever played?
Yes.
Oh gosh, well, it has to be Augusta.
Oh.
I played Augusta, but I've been, guys, listen, I've been very, very lucky. I mean, I played St. Andrews, which was fascinating. You guys are in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I obviously played Oakmont. Maybe the viewers want to hear that. Should I say that? No, it was Augusta. I played Pine Valley. That was awesome too.
That's incredible. Yes.
Tapple, and I mean, guys, I love golf. We try to, we chase the top 100.
Well, you got to come
but it's
down.
always like shifting. It's always moving. So it's hard to hit a moving target. So.
No, it moves. I know. Every year we look anxiously, and we get you back here if you're ever in this part of the country, and we'll go down and maybe play Oakmont, but we'll head down to Morgantown, West Virginia, and play Pikewood National. Have you heard of Pikewood?
No, but I'm going to look it up after I get off the phone now.
You have to look it up. It's number 33 in the U.S.
Wait, you guys do say that in unison, right? You guys look it up.
Yeah, he's looking at me and, reading my lips. And came out as one.
That was funny.
I know.
I've never heard of Pikewood, so I got to check it out. You said it's number 33?
33 in the U.S., Pikewood National, 7,100 or 7,600. You pick it.
Wow. Okay.
It'll knock your socks off. I'm a member there and would welcome you anytime with whoever you want. But it's phenomenal.
Thank you. Do you have the course record?
No.
I think the course record is only probably 70 or 71.
I think it's in the 60s. I think one of the assistant pros shot like 68. But, I mean, I think the rating or the slope rating's like 78.6 or 79, and slope's like 151 or something high.
I was gonna say 151. It's incredible though. It's an 8-mile walk.
Okay, cool. I got a question for you guys. What region of the country has the best golf course? You think Northeast?
Well, I would put the Northeast in there just because of the Philly section, and obviously New York.
Well, I mean that's a region. That whole New York, Philly, and all this. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be hard to argue.
I like the Northeast because of the grass. You get down south, it's
because of the grass.
Well, it gets a little difficult, bud. Chipping.
I don't.
You ever chip on Kukulia?
I have.
Yeah, we call it Kukulia.
Kukulia.
Yep. Can't stop that. Can't stop it. Huh? Just keep going through.
No, it just sucks it up.
I think Riviera's Kukulia.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's not an easy place to chip, man. You got to really have a great short game there.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I think with just the quality of courses, the beauty, and everything, it's kind of hard to beat, man. The Northeast, man. Wow.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
All the courses on Long Island and stuff. It's crazy. And then obviously you talk about Philadelphia. We played the. I went. It was me, Richard Dent, and Dr. J. I called Dr. J up and I said, Doc, I don't ask for a lot. I'm not name dropping.
No.
I said, I don't ask, I don't like to ask my friends for a lot, but I said, Doc, man, can you get me on Pine Valley? He He says, call you in 5. And he called me back in 5 minutes. He said, how's 11 o'clock? I said, okay, cool. Right? And so it's like, yeah, the doctor, man, just like that, man.
It's good to know people in the golf world.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, one of my great weekends were Sabonic, Shinnecock, and National.
Oh, God.
Were pretty cool, yeah. That was a good weekend. And matter of fact, the last time I think I played Oakmont was with Eric Dickerson. This was a while ago, man. Now, I think it was when the Steelers beat the Cardinals, I think what it was. And the following year, they had to kick off on a Thursday night.
Yep.
And we played Oakmont there. I think it was Dickerson, Dent. And then after the game, me and Dickerson drove over to Columbus because USC was playing Ohio State. So we played the Scarlet Course and we played Muirfield. I mean, so it was pretty cool. We had a good weekend. That was some good golf.
Yeah, Oakmont will give it to you, but I mean Sabonic and National. I mean you got it all down. You got it all down,
dude. I love golf, man. Come on,
you got it all down. I love it. Well, yeah, like I said, and if you're ever getting back up this way to do Oakmont, I mean, just travel an hour and a half south, and we'll peg it up. I think you would really enjoy it, especially because you're a golf enthusiast, and that's what it is.
Right. I absolutely do love golf, so that'll be fantastic. I appreciate that offer, guys.
Yeah, man.
We'll take you up on it. You never know.
Hey, no problem.
Now, listen here. I just want to warn you. I take no mercy on the course.
That's all right.
Let's do it.
We're totally fine with that. That's the way the game should be played.
The last time I lost, a match play event was maybe that last time I missed the jump shot in L.A. when they had that earthquake. I don't know. It's been a while.
You don't lose, in other words. I don't lose.
Hey, I always tell people I can't golf. I just beat good golfers.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to have a good partner. That's all you got to do. I mean, that's why I don't play with my partner over here because,
Hey, he's throwing you under the bus, right?
That's all day long.
Hey, now he's backing up on you too, man.
No, he knows better. We did win a Everguest last year, so we're good. We got it. So, but well, Marcus, man, we appreciate you on the podcast for your time.
Thank you.
I know your time's valuable and you got things to do, but thank you for joining us here on Chasin Birdies. There it is, man, from the king himself. King of what? MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Heisman.
And apparently he likes to chirp. I mean, personally, I'm a little annoyed with the chirps that he was throwing my way, but it was good because people will laugh at it. Good dude, though. I mean, he just loves the game of golf.
Loves it.
I love how him and the boys, like him and Vince Carter and Jerome Bettis, they get after a little bit and start chirping each other, huh?
Yeah, boys down there in Georgia. Great that he has a young one now. I mean, what is he, 60, 61? He's got a 4, 5, 6-year-old, so he'll be able to groom the child up into the game of golf. So, it was a phenomenal interview there with Marcus, and we hope you all enjoyed that one. Dude, I tell you, I'm a hat fan.
Big hat guy.
Hat guy, huh? You know me. I wear beanies in the summer. I wear hats in the winter, vice versa. And the Chasin Birdie boys, we just got this limited release run of the Puka headwear, and thank you, buddy.
Hey, bud.
I mean, bud,
you didn't know I could design something, huh?
About time you did something there and stepped up to the plate and delivered. The hats are phenomenal. So we cannot wait to get these out there on the chasinbirdies.com website.
And keep in mind, it's a limited release, so we only made 12 in each style. And we've had good receptions from our previous hats. Now we're stepping our game up. The hats are dynamite right now. Different styles, different colors. So again, chasinbirdies.com. They're going to be easy. I mean, they're going to be like $25. I mean, how about you not buy 2 beers at a bar? Say that, all right? It's healthier, too.
It's always that, right? It's like giving up something to get something. I mean,
let's support the boys. So, again, thank you. chasinbirdies.com. You can find out all about us. You can also shop on there. You can see all our old episodes. And then Chasin_birdies on Instagram. Send us messages. We love to hear from you guys. Good, bad, and different. Thank you again to Nemacolin, Lynx Brewing.
Ooh.
Well, go ahead, bud.
Well, I was just going to say, peeling it back to last week there at the Masters, when the Masters was going on, you, with your 2020 vision, spotted a Chasin Birdies Holderness and Bourne shirt in the crowd as Tiger was teeing off on.
Yeah, I have good eyes. So
I don't know how you I don't know how
good friend of the show, Matt Gavea, had on his Chasin Birdies polo. Tiger hitting a shot on the par 3 16, and there he is standing right there, boys. I mean, hey, Tiger's wearing FootJoy golf shoes. You never know, he might be wearing a Holderness and Bourne Chasin Birdies polo one day. Kids can dream.
No, that was awesome though. So we appreciate the love, the listens, y'all, for tuning in here on Chasin Birdies, and stay tuned for our next episode. You know, give us a subscribe here on Apple or Spotify, and you know, keep this thing rolling. We definitely appreciate the love. Look forward to getting these hats out to market and just getting into golf season. You know, we're always open to taking on some folks out there. If y'all want to play some golf, we'd love to do that.
It'll just keep the love going. You know, sip it and chip it. And again, thank you, Nemacolin, Lynx Brewing, Holderness and Bourne, 44 Concierge, Bettinardi Golf. Thank you all so much for standing behind us, supporting us. It's been truly a fun ride. And you take it over, my man.
My man, you said it well. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to Simpler Media and Evo and his team for putting this production together. Rachel London for all your social media help. And our new social media gal helping to build our website, Jack at Inspire Media. Thank you all for the love, and we will talk to y'all later.